Welcome to Podzilla, the monster movie podcast. There we go. Welcome back, guys. I'm Jasher, and I'm here with my brother.
Hey, I'm Mykah. I love that you bring us in for the episode after the Jurassic Park movie.
I'm still riding the hype wave of us covering Jurassic Park. It's all I've been thinking about. I have got the Jurassic Park book waiting for me at the library to be picked up later this week.
Because you can't get it on Kindle.
For some reason, the original Jurassic Park book's not available on Kindle, only The Lost World. But I'm gonna journey back to Michael Crichton? Michael Crichton.
Jurassic Crichton.
I'm going to be reading Jurassic Crichton hopefully later this week, so that should be good. But yeah, welcome back, guys. We have kicked full swing into Season 5 of Podzilla, into our first theme, Big Lizards. This is the second episode of that theme, and later on this episode, we're going to be talking The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
Just to bring you guys up to speed, this is our new format. We're going to have themes that cover 4 episodes. After that, we'll switch to a different theme. We'll switch to a different theme after that. But who knows what the next couple episodes for this Big Lizards theme are going to look like.
And there are a lot of Big Lizard movies, so don't be scared, even though we will be out of the Big Lizards theme in a few episodes' time. We might have to return to it one day.
Absolutely, we will.
We'll continue to see Big Lizards in one way or another. But Mykah, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, before we actually talk about it, you've never seen it before?
No. Have you?
I have. Oh, I watched it as a wee lad, a little boy.
Was this around the time of us watching, like, Them?
Yep.
Sorry. Them!
Them, thank you. The exclamation point is very important. Yeah, we went
I remember
through
there was that big phase of you going just through the classic monster movies.
black and white monster movies. Them, Tarantula.
Yeah, I remember that one.
The Bat.
Yeah.
You remember The Bat?
Yeah, I remember the Bat.
House of Wax.
Nope.
You didn't watch that one?
Is it a good movie? Would you count wax creatures as monsters?
No.
Great. Don't need to care about it then.
Stuff Vincent Price can do with his face, he's a monster. He's a monster. But yeah, I watched this when I was a kid. I looked at my Letterboxd. I didn't rate it very favorably.
As a kid?
As a kid. So we'll see if...
There's a whole... This is the thing about Letterboxd. I know you've backlogged like every single movie that you've watched.
Well, I have always loved listing films because even before I got onto Letterboxd over the lockdown, I was using IMDb.
No, there was that other site
I was using IMDb religiously. And then even before that, I was on a random site called iCheckMovies.
Yes, I used that for a little bit. I remember getting a subscription and using it for like 2 days.
Movies, just like your Letterboxd subscription that you've used probably once.
Hey, I still use it very religiously. I remember us being on a vacation together on a holiday, and you convinced me to get it.
Yeah,
this iCheckMovies subscription. And
shout out to iCheckMovies.
Oh man, it was there when nothing else was.
It was.
I watched like 5 movies on that with you, and that was when we shared a double bed.
Oh, the old beach house double bed.
For like a week, we just watched a movie every night.
The rest of the family would go to bed and we'd just snuggle up and watch a film.
What did we watch? Pet Sematary was one of them.
Oh, but not the original, the remake.
The remake? There was that Joaquin Phoenix.
You Never Really Hear?
Yeah.
And then we watched A Scanner Darkly.
Whoa, I need to read that book.
Yeah.
That was a wild trip of a movie.
And we got into iCheckMovies. But I've like been logging films since I started high school in one way or another. And during that time, I went back and like made sure to check off every movie I'd ever seen, or as much as I knew I had, back on iCheckMovies and then IMDb. So when you can import all that data into Letterboxd, I now have my whole life, every single movie I've watched.
Occasionally I'll try play a game with Jasher, which is to try and name a movie that he has seen that he hasn't logged on Letterboxd. There's probably like 1 or 2 of the old Land Before Time movies.
Yeah,
other than that, I don't think there is a single movie that isn't logged.
Everything. And it's like 4,000 films. But then when you look at my stats, my like highest rated genres are always like kids films now, because I just logged everything I think I saw it seen as a kid, and I've rated them really high because of nostalgia. So that's what my letterbox has come to.
Thank you, Iron Giant.
Yeah, Iron Giant, hey, that holds up.
It does. That's a
Iron Giant
movie.
theme win.
Wait, would there be enough movies?
That Ready Player One.
What's a movie with the thumb Easter egg in?
The thumb Easter egg?
Yeah, as he goes into the... No, that's the Terminator.
Oh!
No.
Wait, does Iron Giant do the Terminator 2 thumbs up?
Yes.
Does he?
Or maybe he just does that in Ready Player One. I'm mixing up movies.
He does it in Ready Player One.
Yeah, let's bring it back. Where did this come from?
Well, talking about movies, I mean, Mykah, have you been watching anything of note recently that you want to share?
Nothing too crazy. A lot of my time has been spent on Apple TV. I've been real busy. We just finished my show that I've been working on.
The show where you played a dead guy.
Hey, Spiderweb. So good.
Yeah.
Last night, you weren't there, but last night. Night before. Oh. The last night.
It'll live on forevermore in your dreams.
It's going to be so good. As like a first show experience, fantastic.
Did you get up to the closing night shenanigans?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I was sneaking hot sauce into some of the actors' sandwiches they were eating on stage.
That's diabolical.
As well as a few other things, but it was such a good experience. But all that to say, I haven't had a lot of time to watch movies in the interim. I've been watching this series which was on Neon here in New Zealand.
Oh, that's a New Zealand streaming service if I've ever heard one.
Everybody sign up to Neon. Called The Pit. It's a medical drama show following one shift across 14 hours. So it's kind of a mix between like...
It's 24.
It's a mix between 24 and an old medical show ER, which was an old show.
Leaning more
starring
ER than Grey's Anatomy?
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
This show's actually good. But ER was a show starring Noah Wyle as one of the main cast doctors.
My Falling Skies king.
Well, that's where I'd seen him from.
Yeah.
And I was looking through his letterbox the other day, and he starred in a trilogy of movies called The Librarian.
My Librarian.
You'd seen all of
king.
them, and I'm like, oh man. But it's fantastic medical show. One of the most accurate I've seen. One of the ones that goes to show like all the corners that you have to cut and how messy shifts get when you are just filled to the brim with patients. Great cast. Noah Wyle has like one of the
corners you need to cut when you're filled to the brim with patients.
Yes. Safely, of course. Not on the show.
You're cutting corners. They're just the corners you need to cut.
Well, my favorite plot threads of the show is that they're understaffed on the shift, and the manager's just coming down like every 2-3 hours, just asking them why they aren't speeding things up. And they're like, we cannot see all these patients. And it's just funny. It's realistic. It's relatable.
Yeah.
Guys, fund more nurses for hospitals. But it's great. Noah Wyle has like one of the most realistic PTSD, like panic attacks I've ever seen. I never realized how much I loved him as an actor until I saw this. And I want to go back and watch Falling Skies because that was a real fun series in the early 2010s.
I don't know if it would hold up, but it was.
It wouldn't.
Was fun.
But seeing Noah Wyle in that, there was also that Colonel Weaver.
Colonel Weaver,
and he always talks like this. I don't. Was he the younger dude?
Wily guy. Nah, he was like an arms expert dealer on the side.
I want to go back and watch that show.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't hold up, like you said.
I do not think it would.
If you like medical shows, go watch it. What have you been watching?
I do want to watch The Pit. I need to watch The Pit.
You haven't seen any medical shows. I want to know if it.
I've seen. Hey! I've frequented the odd. I've frequented the odd Grey's Anatomy episode over my wife's shoulder. I watched an episode of House.
Hey, yeah.
There we go.
I'm a big House fan. You watched one for our sister's birthday.
I did. Our sister's obsessed with House and made us watch House for her birthday. And
it was a good episode.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, great.
It was good. I actually went to the movies.
No way.
Would you believe it? We were given tickets to like an advanced screening of Death of a Unicorn?
Yes, with Will Poulter.
With Will Poulter. Paul Rudd.
I love that Will Poulter is the main man in my head for that movie and not Paul Rudd.
He should be. Paul Rudd was doing his thing. Jenna Ortega was doing her thing. They're the same in every film. Will Poulter.
Whoa, that's slander.
Will Poulter in Death of a Unicorn is just a spoiled brat of a rich kid who's like, he's playing it up that he's got all these investments and he thinks he's smarter than he is, and he's just a douchebag, and he spends half the movie like in a spa and trying to get people to like noodle his ideas in the spa with him. And then it's about unicorns. It's about, and I love this because I feel like you don't get many monster movies where the monster is a unicorn.
Are you calling it a monster movie?
It's a full-on monster movie. Unicorns tearing people to shreds. Huge unicorns tearing people to shreds. And I think we need like more mythical creature monster movies.
Yeah, give me like a griffin monster movie.
You want a griffin monster movie?
Not that we haven't already covered one on the show.
Latitude Zero was the griffin monster movie.
Question, isn't Will Poulter playing the same character as well then?
Yeah, but
I just think back to the Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And I think back
not doing Voyage of the Dawn Treader. He is not doing Voyage of the Dawn Treader. What I was going to say is like they find out that the unicorns have magical powers, unicorn blood, unicorn horns, you know. And what his character does is he like crushes up unicorn horn and starts just smoking it. And his like character throughout the movie just, the unicorn horn fixes his brain. And the more he smokes, the actually like more competent he becomes.
Actually becomes a
so
nice
he starts
person.
with this douche, and at the end he's like coming up with all these plans on how to. It's just really funny. He's great. The movie was all right. The unicorns were all CG and just like bad, cheap.
You tell me they didn't get real unicorns for the show?
They couldn't afford real
what a
unicorns.
cheapskate.
They couldn't afford Ray Harryhausen, and it was a shame. But it was fun.
Imagine a movie like that coming out nowadays and having a stop motion monster.
Oh, stop motion unicorns would have made it.
Oh, has the movie done that? I'll do some research.
I feel like I haven't seen it yet, but one of the recent like Star Wars shows. What's the recent one with kids? Skeleton Crew.
That's a movie.
No, it's a show.
Star Wars. That's a movie.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew is a show, a Disney Plus original. And I feel like a big like promo point for the show was that they created some sort of huge stop motion creature or monster or something.
Hey, it is a show. Good job.
There you go.
I fully thought it was a movie for the past 2 years.
Hey, I frequented iCheck TV shows as well. Thank you very much. I wanted to just say a huge shout out to our Odo Island patrons. We announced this last episode, and already we've got 9 of you that have signed up.
You legends.
To the higher tier. Special shout out to you, Connor, and Frogurt, and Geek and Nerkles, Michael, Rich, Jacob, Shaun, Ron. Thank you all so much for signing up. Hopefully you enjoy those added benefits. And later on in the show, we will announce what they have put forward for the rest of you patrons to nominate on for what should be the final Big Lizard film we cover in this theme.
I have no clue.
You don't have any idea?
You've got all the results in your hand.
I do.
No clue.
I do. There's a fun selection, so that's going to be cool to go through. But yeah, you can sign up to our Patreon, link in the show notes, or patreon.com/podzilla. There's a few different tiers where you get a whole lot of cool bonuses, including extended episodes, bonus episodes, being able to choose movies for the show. Cool stuff like that.
Real quick before we get into the episode proper.
Yes.
Little megaNEWSlon.
megaNEWSlon,
wow.
Just like old times.
Wow.
What is megaNEWSlon going to become, Mykah? I mean, this is your segment. It's close to your heart.
Not every episode. Probably like once every couple months, or if just there's a huge,
but like
a huge piece of news.
Exclusive to Godzilla?
Nah. Oh. Ooh.
Or are you going to be bringing up to date every monster movie bit of news you can find?
Maybe. Guys, new Cloverfield news. It could work.
Hey,
it could
be sick.
I'd believe it.
Guys, new Griffin movie news.
I feel like there'd be enough monster movie news coming out regularly to warrant it every episode. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Keep us on our toes.
For the moment, because we've been AWOL for a while, probably the biggest thing to bring up is that
Chibi Godzilla has finished. Right? That's what you're going to say? Chibi Godzilla Raids Again Season 2 has come to an end. 52 episodes in.
We've got plans to get around to it. Not at the moment. I can't fathom spending the next 2 weeks just watching episodes. Can you fathom?
It would be a beast of a task, that one.
Man, it's probably like 20,000 minutes of content all up.
Oh, man. The leagues and leagues would have to go to.
Good old Godzilla -1's director, Takashi Yamazaki. We know that he's been doing a Godzilla -1 sequel for a good while.
We haven't heard anything about that since his little announcement, right?
There's still plans for it, but in the meantime, it has been announced that he is going to be filming another movie with J.J. Abrams producing.
Yo, all my J.J. Abrams fanboys rise up, if there is anyone still out there after Rise of Skywalker.
Is there any? I actually haven't heard a single thing from him since then.
Lost? Good. Alias?
Yeah, but those were all prior to it.
Good. Super 8? Good. Force Awakens? Good.
Force Awakens, good. Last Jedi.
Star Trek? Good. Star Trek, really good.
Star Trek, oh, bring back Star Trek.
So more goods than bads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
We're two
I like
J.J. Abrams fanboys sitting here right now.
I would say if The Last Jedi had him directing, it would have been epic.
He directed it.
What? You're kidding me.
Are you still a J.J. Abrams fanboy?
No, because I do like that movie. I just don't like the trilogy.
Oh!
I think that's like the one good movie of the trilogy.
Rise of Skywalker.
We're getting... No, The Last Jedi, Jasher. The Last Jedi.
Okay, wait.
Okay. Imagine. Sorry,
he
bring
didn't
it back.
Jedi.
Bring it back.
Okay. Yeah.
As well as working on that unnamed movie, which I believe is going to be an English movie, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
He has started working on the script and storyboards for the -1 sequel as well.
Placing our bets now, do we think there'll be another monster? It has to be.
Yeah, I think so.
No world where there isn't another monster for Godzilla to go up against?
I think either another monster or just a crazy upgraded. Or they could do a Shin Godzilla idea and have like little Godzillas. Because the whole link between... do you know the rules about Godzilla?
Do I, Jasher Drake, know the rules about Godzilla?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give them to me.
Godzilla cannot be eaten in a film.
No, that's not a rule.
That's a rule. He cannot be shown to be edible, right?
Oh, maybe it is.
And then Dave the Diver broke that rule, and that's the only rule I know. What's the Godzilla rules?
I think it's mainly Godzilla.
Do you know the Godzilla rules?
No, off the top of my head. Godzilla can die.
Okay.
He can lose battles, but he always has to be shown to return in one form or another.
Which is why at the end of Destroyer, we see Godzilla, the silhouette of him coming back, and Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, we see the little thing pulsing.
Yeah. Obviously, in the OG Godzilla, that wasn't the case. But
yeah, true.
For movies like -1, with the black mark on the neck of the leading lady, he's gonna return in some form or another.
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for it.
I'm really excited.
There's also the legendary MonsterVerse movie sequel.
Yes.
Still don't know if Kong's gonna be in it or not.
The new movie? Isn't it being talked about as Godzilla X Kong 2?
Yeah,
or Godzilla versus Kong 3?
Yeah, that's what they're calling it. Which I don't know my thoughts on it just yet.
Dan Stevens is confirmed to be returning and filming right now.
Yeah. Dan Stevens is coming back.
And he's Kong's dentist. Did you forget this point?
Yeah, he is.
So surely Kong returns.
The Australian actress Alicia Debnam Carey is also slated to join the movie as well.
Big fan.
You don't know a single thing with her. She has shown up in shows such as Fear the Walking Dead, The 100, Apple Cider Vinegar.
See, you mentioned someone was in The 100. It makes me less excited than when you say J.J. Abrams directed Rise of Skywalker.
Didn't we watch the first episode of that show? I don't know.
It's probably as bad as Fallen Skies was.
And it is filming as well.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. So in the next couple of years, Godzilla content coming out as usual.
Yeah.
Because Monarch Season 2 has finished filming.
Yeah.
So Monarch should hopefully be within the next 12 months from now.
Depends on how much CG they're doing in the show, but hopefully.
And there was a lot in Season 1.
And there's a lot of other Apple TV shows that we don't know about yet.
How's O'Shea Jackson doing? Do we know?
No clue.
Has anyone checked it on O'Shea?
On his Team Gigan.
G-Force. Yeah.
G-Force. I don't know, man. The other piece of news, comics news, Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe.
I saw this today.
Now been announced.
Well, there's been heaps of Godzilla and Marvel comics over the last little while, right?
Yeah, they've had him not teaming up.
And DC comics too?
He's been going through all the universes.
Yeah.
There's Godzilla and Kong versus the Justice League.
Yes.
And there was Godzilla versus the Fantastic Four was another one.
Yes.
As well as a few others. But I am really loving the idea of seeing a Godzilla comic series in the vein of Deadpool destroys the Marvel Universe.
Deadpool kills Marvel Universe. Yeah,
kills Marvel Universe.
And that's like, he went to town in that comic. Like, he was legitimately killing everyone. So maybe Godzilla will do the same. That'll be fun.
I mean, with the title like Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe, I'm hoping that they are going no holds barred.
What if it's no Marvel heroes and it's just locations of interest throughout the Marvel Universe that he destroys?
Whoa, Baxter Building is being destroyed by Godzilla, but the Fantastic Four is safe.
Thor's away and Asgard is getting destroyed for a whole issue.
That's such a stupid idea.
Okay, I thought I was cooking.
Look, you can helm that comic series. Okay, Jasher. I can't fathom holding off any longer.
All right.
Should we do it?
Let's do it. I'll bring us in to the beast from 20,000 fathoms. A nuclear test in the Arctic.
Nuclear.
Excuse me?
It's not. Don't mind me.
A nuclear test in the Arctic awakens 100-million-year-old dinosaur with toxic blood and a hatred of lighthouses. Its name, the Rhedosaurus. Humanity rushes to try and stop the beast from rampaging through the city, and a super memorable protagonist, Thomas Nesbitt, alongside his two equally memorable sidekicks, Lee Hunter and Thurgood Elson, eventually come up with the cunning plan to attack the Rhedosaurus at Coney Island, where they hire an expert marksman to pull off a crazy trick shot and shoot a radioactive isotope into the lizard's neck. The plan works, and although a roller coaster is now ruined and 180 people are dead, the Rhedosaurus returns to extinction. What do you think about Thomas Nesbitt, Mykah? Should we start with our best boy, main dude, our American that sounds anything but American?
What does he sound like? He sounded Scottish to me at some point.
He's Swiss, I think.
Swiss. No, I like that.
I didn't buy his American,
Multicultural
full-blooded
Swiss.
American vibes.
It's interesting that you mentioned how he is super memorable.
Yeah.
Because he's not super memorable.
It was sarcasm.
And I'll say this, especially off the heels of the last movie we covered, Jurassic Park, this movie does not pass the Bechdel test. But gosh dang it if Lee isn't the most memorable character of the bunch. Miss Lee? More like a misleading lady. That was really bad.
I got to the end of the film and Thomas leans over and kisses Lee. And I was like, who is this girl again? Who is this person? What's this romance? What's going on?
It was sprinkled in there.
It's sprinkled in. These are the most boring human characters I've ever seen put to film.
Give me a rundown quickly of the 4 main cast members.
Thomas Nesbitt.
10 words each.
Survivor of the initial monster attack. Is that good enough?
That's 6 words, but I'll let it slide.
Lee Hunter. I cannot remember who she is or what she does.
That was bang on 10.
There we go. Thurgood Elson, the doctor of dinosaurs, the drinker of thermos coffee, the bellhopper diving down into the ocean depths.
That's way more than 10.
Okay, I was a big Elson fan.
Yeah,
it was good.
What about our other main character?
The commanding officer of the military.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was good. He was there.
He was there.
Nice. I actually do like a monster movie like this having a small cast.
Yeah.
Even though it feels like I'll get it. We'll talk about it.
Let's talk about the start of the film first, because it was very, very reminiscent of other monster movies we've covered on the show.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy to see not just a film in black and white from, what is this, 53?
53. And I will say, this is the first movie ever done where a monster comes back to Earth, comes back to present day as a result of nuclear powers.
Nuclear testing. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy to see the bombs going off in the Arctic. This exact same thing that happened at the start of Gamera as well.
Yep.
Like the exact same thing. And then the Rhedosaurus kind of appearing, being awoken, slithering through the ice there. It kills a few people, I think. A dude like gets a fright when he sees him and then falls like 6 feet back into a tiny little hole and then screams for his life.
Yeah. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, but very lamely. He landed
very
lamely. He landed in snow.
Lame. He was lame.
I guess he
couldn't use his legs.
You're right. I'm being insensitive. Yeah, it's just crazy seeing this after going on our Godzilla and Gamera journey, and like this is 100% kind of the blueprint for every single thing that's come since.
Yeah, it's the same. We've talked about one of our favorite fantasy series, Dragonlance, on the show. Series of books, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hold up nowadays because it is like so generic, but it's because it set the staple for what fantasy was at the time.
Yeah.
This is the same problem where it's like we've seen so many movies where this has been like the inspiration that it's almost a negative to us now because it just feels so tried and true and done 100 times before.
But that's the thing is, like, sure, it's cool seeing the kind of inception for these ideas, but it's also kind of the worst version of any of them.
Whoa.
Maybe not overall, but I'm talking about like the start scene. Gamera did this 100 times better.
Did it?
There was like stock footage explosions. I'm pretty sure I saw the same water.
What did you want to do? Them to let off a nuclear bomb?
Let off a nuke.
Film it?
This is the exact...
What else are they going to use stock footage of?
You not. There was a shot of a bomb going off in the ocean, and it's the exact same shot they cut away to in SpongeBob, where they then make like an explosion joke.
Well, probably because they only were able to film one nuclear explosion, Jasher. What do you think? Yeah, we've used this one in 2 movies before. We need some new content. Hey, US military, drop another one, please.
It cuts to just like 10 different nuclear explosion stock. How many bombs are going off?
One. From different angles.
This is a John Woo movie. This is like... It's crazy. And the Rhedosaurus doesn't really do anything, and
I am hard against you here.
You're against
back
me.
On your
you loved the start of this film.
No, but they shouldn't have to film 10 different stock atomic bombs.
Them to go out and film atomic bombs. I just don't want to be reminded of SpongeBob when I watch Rhedosaurus coming back to life.
SpongeBob came out decades after this, Jasher. This is another problem of this being the first movie to do it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Imagine watching this first and then seeing SpongeBob being like, oh man, that's stock footage.
SpongeBob just really stealing. SpongeBob's just a thief. What do you think of the Rhedosaurus? From like the first looks we get of him, very different to like Gamera coming out of the ice or Godzilla being awoken.
It's kind of just there, waltzing around the ice and the snow to start off with.
And of course, Ray Harryhausen, this was his first solo project when he did all the special effects for his expertise of stop motion, kind of claymation.
What have we covered on? We haven't covered anything on the show of him before, have we?
No.
He is well known for his stop motion and puppeteering.
Yeah.
One of the greats. The OG King Kong was a huge inspiration for him for his work because of the King Kong and dinosaur fights.
Yeah, that was Willis O'Brien in King Kong. And then I think that's the only stop motion thing we've covered.
I'm surprised we haven't covered anything more of Ray Harryhausen's as of yet.
Time starts now. And it was very cool. Like I think that's the aspect I really like in this is I think the miniature Rhedosaurus stuff holds up, and it's really interesting to watch. And he feels so fluid when you see his tail moving. It's really cool. And when you take that and put it side to side with how Godzilla moves in 54, it's a bit clunky. You remember the googly eyes of Godzilla?
I do.
You remember the stumpy stomping and...
I remember the stumpy stomping.
Yeah, the stumpy stomps.
It's no secret that the 54 Godzilla movie was like... This movie was the inspiration for the OG Godzilla. I would think.
You would think.
I do think, as of now. And yeah, one of the clearest differences is even though Godzilla came out a year later and Godzilla was using suitmation for the entirety of like the Showa and the
Heisei Millennium.
Heisei Millennium, some of the Reiwa era.
Some of the original Godzilla 2014 was done with, I guess, mocap.
Most of Godzilla, like Godzilla is known for his suits.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing about this movie is that it's fully stop motion. And like you said, stop motioned really, really well. There are so many scenes later on in the movie where the Rhedosaurus is going through New York and crushing cars and, you know, swinging its tail about. And it just looks really great. It does the thing that Jurassic Park does really well, where not everything you're seeing of the monster is integral to the plot. Some scenes will just be it reacting to its environment and thrashing around, stepping on cars and then like awkwardly lifting its legs up because it stepped on cars without realizing it.
Yeah.
I love it when movies have those scenes in, and especially for stop motion, that takes so much more time and effort.
Do you love the live Rhedosaurus reaction scenes when like we have a close-up of his face as he slowly like comes close to the camera?
I smell a couple new gifts for the Discord server. Yeah, it's good. I was super impressed by it as well. Like even apart from the general stop motion, they matched the lighting for every scene he was in really, really well.
Yeah, that was really impressive. Like there was some scenes where, of course, you can see kind of what's in the foreground and the background plates, and Rhedosaurus is kind of in the middle. But there were some times when it hid the fact that a car was a model and wasn't a real one, and I wasn't sure it was until Rhedosaurus like picked it up and started chewing on it. It looks really good. What is a little giveaway, and it's probably just because of how it was filmed and the effects used at the time, is Rhedosaurus is usually a lot more cleaner and clearer than the background.
Just dirty this time.
No, yeah,
covered in
he's
mud.
Cleaner than he used to be. No, he's like the footage of the actual models very clear, but then you get like the back plate of the background, and that you can definitely see they're not part of the same.
And
set.
That's more so a problem that comes about because of modern hardware and technology.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still think like immediately the Rhedosaurus stands out as one of the most well done and or realistic pieces of stop motion I've seen.
And I just love the way he looks. Big old dinosaur, but unique design, very lizard-like, super sharp teeth, standing up on his like two legs to tear things down.
How would you describe it? I feel like it's most akin to a Komodo dragon, but a bit more dinosaur-y.
Godzilla 1998.
Ooh.
But on all fours.
Ooh, no.
No? You don't see it?
That's the Zilla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting out of touch with Godzilla now. Yeah, ooh, get out of here. No.
Can we go back to how... Can we go back to these atomic bombs?
Yeah.
Mykah, this atomic bomb experiment they were doing.
It was Project Experiment?
Yeah. I just want to bring it back.
Project
that
Experiment?
They call this top secret experiment Operation Experiment? This is Operation Experiment, and it's X day that things are taking place.
And it's H hour.
It's an M minute, an S second for Operation Experiment.
We're currently at S minus 23. 23 seconds to go. They do reference it like that, though. It's so funny.
When they were planning, they're like, okay, mark out our calendars. That's going to be the day. And then they marks it out with an X, and then that's just what it becomes.
Right, everybody, 15:24. That's H hour, M minute.
For Operation Experiment. X day.
What was their experiment? Can you tell me? There's so much hype in the initial moments about like everybody is doing their job quietly. If this goes wrong, it'll be years of preparation gone down the drain.
It's just an atomic bomb. Right?
They're just dropping a bomb.
They're seeing what a bomb would do in the Arctic, and it does about what you'd expect.
I have a question, Jasher.
Please.
This is just me being curious. Imagine you are the pilot piloting this bomb that you're going to drop in the Arctic.
Mm-hmm.
Will you have time to fly away?
Good question.
These are the questions that come to my mind when watching this movie.
Probably wouldn't. You'd have some sort of radiation till the end of your days. Some sort of blowback, right?
I don't know, man.
Because you see in like Oppenheimer and even in the Monarch show when they let off their atomic bombs, it's like in that
It's
structure.
stationary. Yeah, you have to be so far away from it.
Everyone's far away. Yeah, they're in their beach chairs and they've got the sunglasses on, but they're away enough.
I'm going to fact check this.
You're going to fact check if you could drop a bomb and fly away? I mean, they did it in the war, right?
Yeah, that's how like
Hiroshima was that would have been
pilots
by.
of...
Wow. We do the real research here on Podzilla.
Yes, the pilots of the atomic bombs, including Paul Tibbets, who piloted the Enola Gay, were exposed to radiation during the explosions.
Well, there you go.
While they were at a distance and shielded by the aircraft, they still experienced radiation exposure.
There we go.
Crazy. The Enola Gay had some shielding, but it wasn't perfect. Huh. Paul Tibbets described tasting the radiation in his mouth while flying the Enola Gay. He wore welder goggles for eye protection, but removed them to see the instruments. Wow. That might be one of my favorite facts.
Great decision.
Surely he wore them when it was dropped, right?
Yeah. Just took it off to look at the instruments, but
I will say,
bit of radiation still in the air.
That was from Google AI.
Yeah.
Looking at Reddit comments, they're at a stark contrast to it. So
100% you can get the up-to-date facts here on Podzilla.
So it depends what you trust more, Reddit or Google AI.
Yeah, that's a tricky decision. Thomas survives this first attack. He's the only survivor?
He's the only survivor who saw the Rhedosaurus.
Yes.
There were only two of them who saw it, and the other guy was killed.
And then they take him to this doctor, Dr. Thurgood Elson, and the doctor and Lee, they're showing him like photos of dinosaurs, and they're like, which one's this? And there's heaps of like realistic dinosaur photos and realistic like bones that they've actually found.
This is after Thomas has been like labeled a psychopath.
Yeah.
And
no one believes
hallucinations. Yeah.
They're showing him realistic, like scientific diagrams. And then the one picture that's like this real cartoony, fake looking dinosaur, he's like, that's the one. That's the one I saw. And it was comical.
Early trivia for you. There was one artist who was prolifically known for doing a lot of dinosaur sketches and art in those times. Charles R. Knight. Iconic. He pretty much all of those pictures were done by him.
Wow.
I don't know if that one was though, because it looks so...
It looks very bad.
It's so different. It's so animated.
It's like a punchline that this one that's so different comes out, and that's the dinosaur they saw. And then there's a ship that gets attacked by the Rhedosaurus.
Yep, this is also straight out of a lot of the kaiju movies we've seen before.
I've seen Godzilla do this exact move, destroys the ship. A very, very cool looking scene where the Rhedosaurus is tearing it apart and biting the ship as it like breaks into the water. Again, it's just, I love the Rhedosaurus scenes, but they're just too few and far between. And these early ones, he's literally only on screen for like 5 seconds and the dude's gone. Tears a ship apart in 5 seconds. That's the Rhedosaurus. Yeah. They were back to Lee and Tom talking in a room.
And it's a bit of a shame because especially in those scenes, like he is for the rest of the movie, he is done and created and moves so well for stop motion.
The lighthouse scene, favorite scene of the film, when the Rhedosaurus, again, straight out of Gamera, right? There's a lighthouse destruction scene. But the way the Rhedosaurus kind of like creeps up to this lighthouse, has a look around, climbs on top of it, it starts getting broken apart. He pushes the lighthouse down, and just like the flicker of his tail and how well this thing moves, even though it's stop motion, when it's silhouetted, it's so impressive. And again, I think it holds up more than a lot of the early Suitmation stuff from Toho.
It also feels remarkably similar to the scene in Gamera. Once more, the lighthouse scene.
Exactly. It's
Japan. Everybody says that Godzilla was the movie that was using this as inspiration. I think it was Gamera.
This is more a Gamera movie than anything else.
Fun fact about that scene, Jasher.
Yeah.
That scene was probably the biggest inspiration for this movie. While visiting his friend Ray Harryhausen on set, there was an author named Ray Bradbury who was doing some short stories at the time in local newspapers. And he had written a story called The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. And when making this movie, Ray Harryhausen was showing him the script and asking him if he could do some rewriting. And he saw that there was a scene where a monster attacks a lighthouse. And Ray Harryhausen was like, oh man, you've written this? Let me buy the rights to that name. Let me buy the rights to that story.
Oh, so they incorporated the Beast from 2000's lighthouse scene and named the movie that.
Yep, retroactively using the short story as source material, which doesn't happen often, but it's really cool. I like that a lot.
That's crazy. Is that short story after this movie came out? Was that what was renamed The Foghorn?
That's right, The Foghorn.
That's so interesting that like the movie comes out, completely different title, sees this book with a similar scene that they end up incorporating in, taking the title of, and then in retrospect, the book then needs to change its name because it's less popular than the film.
Yeah. So weird. I love it.
So weird. Best scene of the movie, I think, for me. It's just so moody and atmospheric.
I love how it plays into the story as well. Like you have your initial character, Thomas, who claims he's seen this dinosaur, is able to identify what it looks like. And there's a good 30 minutes where the scientist and the professor, they're the same person.
Yeah, they're the same person.
Yeah, the paleontologist, I should say.
There we go. Thank you.
Is trying to track and mark out on a map all the different events where dinosaurs have been seen recently. And they see that it's following the Arctic current. Mm-hmm. And that's just a real nice thing to see in a movie, how our initial character is seen as an unreliable narrator, and it's only after all these reports start popping up, that he's proven right.
And I think the lighthouse scene as well. That's when that kind of, because as we see it moving, we see the destruction it's doing. First the Arctic, then the water, then the lighthouse, and then it gets closer to home.
And finally, there's an event where there's been no storms, no weather reports around the area,
but he's in the big city. From the lighthouse onwards, I think's when the Rhedosaurus, the ship stuff with the Rhedosaurus did look good. When you saw the Rhedosaurus in the Arctic at the start, it did look good, but it was almost like the conceptual idea of the Rhedosaurus in the ice was a lot cooler than just seeing it on screen and you just see him slink through the ice a little bit or appear in the water. The lighthouse and when he comes to the city at the end, then roller coasters when it starts to get good, get very good. Because the other unreliable narrator we have is one of the shipmates survives.
A random
dude.
Person from that ship.
And then Tom calls him up and wants to get in touch with him, and then the guy hangs up on him because he doesn't want people making fun of his injuries.
Yeah. It's at this point I was thinking,
yes,
imagine how cool this movie would be if it took a different turn. You're following Thomas and Lee, who he's starting to spark up a little romance with their hunt for the Rhedosaurus. I really like Lee. She's my favorite character.
Do you like Tom?
Not really.
Everyone in this, except for the marksman at the end. Lee Van Cleef. He's my ride or die. He was the only good guy in this.
I was all for the romance. In this movie.
The romance and the beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
There's a scene where Tom's going to fly away to that other seaman to talk about his experiences with the dinosaur. And as they're departing, he turns to Lee. Lee says, "Phone me if anything exciting happens." And Tom responds, "I'll phone you even if nothing happens." That's a green flag right there. I'm all for this relationship.
Did he say it in a romantic way, or are you just
I'll phone you even if nothing happens?
He doesn't say it like he's in Casablanca.
He's holding a little rosé in his hand.
I'll phone you even if anything happens. I'll touch base with you,
No, it was
for scientific reasons.
romantic.
I will stay in contact just in case anything happens on the way.
It was so romantic. Where was I going with this?
You're in love with Lee.
Lee's great. I'm all about Lee. Paleontologist? Fantastic.
Thurgood gets killed when he goes down in that diving bell.
I felt next to no emotion.
I didn't, and it's the way he died too. You see him looking out, he's watching this octopus and shark go at it. Why was that in the film? There's more octopus and shark combat than Rhedosaurus stuff in this whole movie.
The two things that struck out to me at that scene was, one, it was so clearly in an aquarium because the octopus like sticks to the side of the glass. And then two, there's like an extended few scenes of the shark biting down on the octopus. I was invested. I wanted to see who wins. And then you get an overlay of the Rhedosaurus just chomping over the entirety of the screen.
And then an overlay to, the Rhedosaurus eating the diving bell. And I'll recreate Dr. Thurgood Elson's reaction to dying. Well, you see, the most astonishing thing about it is... chomp. He sees the Rhedosaurus in front of him and he's just like, the most astonishing thing about it is...
silence.
Would he be like, Professor, the Rhedosaurus, it's astonishing, the teeth, it's...
the most astonishing thing, the uvula.
Oh, the most astonishing thing about it is...
It's like I don't know if I choose to believe that he was making a remark on its teeth.
He didn't see the Rhedosaurus and he was still talking about the octopus.
Maybe it was just flying. Maybe it was just swimming around behind him. Little sneak attack by the Rhedosaurus.
Yeah, and he was talking about the octopus and the shark, and he was like, well, the most astonishing thing about it is the octopus is fighting back expertly well without the use of its ink.
The Rhedosaurus chomped down. He's gone out of my view, but what I can imagine about it is chomps from behind.
But yeah, main character death. Rip Thurgood. We will not remember you past this recording session. Are you going to remember Thurgood's name in a month?
No. He sounds like Uma Thurman.
Yep. Uma Thurgood.
Yeah.
Elson.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Rhedosaurus gets to the big city. We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because...
First line of defense, lone cop.
Lone cop with a gun firing at the Rhedosaurus.
The most stone cold face you've ever seen.
Yeah. He's going
Points and shoots 5 times and the Rhedosaurus responds.
Chomps him up, gets picked up by his little claymation legs that are just dangling and going at it. That looked cool.
That's not claymation.
Little moving legs?
No.
Model?
No, I think that was fully... Oh. I can't remember.
What was it?
Don't take anything I say for truth.
I think it swapped from like overlaid guy to little legs coming out.
Maybe
of
you're right. Maybe it was
stop
motion. Yeah,
I think. But there are a lot of guys like even after this dude, and they know the Rhedosaurus is out there. They just seen guys with guns through the streets.
What else are you gonna do? You're the military.
I'm so used to Godzilla when they've got like laser beams and tanks
high-tech
and
flying
mecha Godzilla coming out.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, guy with a rifle, 2 guys with a rifle.
What do they call the guy with the bazooka?
Dude, Mykah, the Bazooka Men.
Release
the Bazooka Men.
There was one bazooka man, and I didn't know they did this, but he had a guy near him whose sole job was to tap him on the head so that the bazooka guy could still be looking down the sights. Yeah. I love it. Imagine you're just wearing a helmet and you just feel a thud on the top.
They don't got megaGodzilla, they got a lone bazooka man against Rhedosaurus.
10,000 Godzillas versus one bazooka man.
One bazooka man. Who would come out on top? Bazooka man. Breaks through a lot of buildings. I think, this is where the movie shines. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, can I be completely honest? This movie, for most of the runtime, was boring me to death. And it's the last 20 minutes from when the Rhedosaurus comes out into the city that this thing really gets going. And I really started to enjoy it. And the stop motion really starts to shine. And it's when we leave Tom and Lee and once Algood's dead. I do not care about any of those characters or any of the endless conversations and the endless paleontology offices and photographs.
What about the scene when Lee and Thomas go to the theater to watch the ballet?
What was that scene there for?
Exposition.
It was like a 5-second ballet scene.
Yeah. And then they get interrupted with a call about dinosaurs.
Wow.
It's good. You need scenes like that in a movie, Jasher.
It's probably the local like ballet company being like, oh yeah, we'll give you some money for the Beast of 20,000 Fathoms.
Absolutely.
Show us in the film.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
bad.
all for
It is bad, guys. The situation was dire until the last 20 minutes, but then I got through it.
One of my favorite things about the destruction scenes is they actually do a lot of really cool stuff, even apart from the monster itself. There's one scene where there's a huge, what looks like brick wall with plaster.
Yeah.
With a bunch of guys standing underneath it. And you see this entire wall topple onto them. And I had to pause and rewind because I'm like, man, that looks like a proper brick wall.
Yeah, it is. It is really cool. I just wish the rest of the movie was like this. Like, where was all this stuff in the Antarctic scene? We saw a guy fall into a pit.
Well, to be fair, in a movie like this with a monster, especially at the start, half of the job of the movie is to show as little of the monster as you can.
But we fully see him at the start. We see his face a million
I never
times.
said it succeeded in that. I never said it did great.
It probably just was really expensive and really time consuming to like animate this Rhedosaurus.
Yeah,
for sure. So they had to pick a few pivotal scenes: boat scene, movement scene, lighthouse scene. Then we'll go Harryhausen go crazy at the end.
I will say as well, when you've got a stop motion dinosaur like this, it's so much easier for it to interact with models and, comped buildings than for a huge dinosaur to interact with snow. I feel like it's one of the harder environments to have a dinosaur like that in.
It's just weird, though, because there is like a distinct disconnection between the Rhedosaurus stuff. Of course, it was filmed differently than the people in the destruction. Because the people in these scenes are like, they're hardly screaming.
Yeah.
They're like walking away from the Rhedosaurus.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger things that I feel like Godzilla did really well.
Yes.
Is the entire populace. There's so much more fear and panic with any scene with them in.
For sure.
Whereas like even in the final scenes of this movie where the Rhedosaurus is, chomping down on some roller coaster.
Like everything is on fire.
Architecture, everything's on fire.
Everything is burning.
The army's just watching.
And the two guys that kill the Rhedosaurus are just slowly walking down from the roller coaster, going down the ladder.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
To be fair, though, I did love that scene. Such a cool idea for a scene. Not executed great, I don't think.
Big fan of the radioactive isotope they used to kill the Rhedosaurus.
I mean, it's original.
It comes out of nowhere, though.
That's one of the other things of this movie is there's a whole plot thread of this dinosaur has brought back a virus from the Mesozoic, Cretaceous, Prehistoric, Jurassic times. One of those four.
You got it. Yeah, one of those.
I cover all my bases. And because of that, everybody who's fighting against it is just becoming sick with this illness. And they can't destroy it with means like burning it or...
Bullets do nothing because of its 6-inch skull.
Yeah. Any means of defense they have against it are just going to spread those viruses even more. So they have to destroy it from the inside.
But it comes out of nowhere. Like, I really appreciate now the original Godzilla. You know what Serizawa's up to from the start, that he has this crazy experiment in this way that could potentially take down Godzilla. In this, it's kind of like, oh man, we can't shoot it. Oh no, people are getting sick.
And then Tom pipes up.
Tom's like, oh, let's get a radioactive isotope and shoot it at us. What is this? What does Tom know about radioactive isotopes? What is a radioactive isotope?
Jasher, you did year 13 chemistry.
Yeah. Where in the world are they going to find a radioactive? This is the lamest thing.
It's just, it's just little isotope that's radioactive.
This is Mykah the nurse, the guy who's watched the pit.
Yeah, do you think they're using radioactive isotopes in that?
You use isotopes every day at the hospital, don't you? Right?
No.
You're sitting around?
Sorry, you're sick.
How would you
Let me give you this little pill. It's just a little radioactive isotope.
How would you deal with giant monster kaiju germs from the prehistoric era?
I mean, do like an old King Kong, trap it first off, then you can just blast it with as much fire as you want and keep it all contained.
Get more than one bazooka man.
At least two.
At least two bazooka men. At least two expert marksmen up on the roller coaster. There's one guy. Why is Tom up there?
No, I just don't know why they go up to the roller coaster at all. You see that there's this half-destroyed roller coaster, and they can't get a good angle from the ground, so they think it's a good idea to start up the ride.
And are they rushing to get up there? No.
Make their way to the top where the dinosaur is actively destroying the support structure.
Like, oh no, let's take the ride up instead. Oh no, Lee Van Cleef plays the marksman. He is the bad guy in For a Few Dollars More and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like
nice.
Classic Western sharpshooter. So it was pretty cool to see him at the end coming in as like the sharpshooter, the guy with a gun.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick. But where did that all come from? It felt like that every single plot point in this just happened. Tom didn't even need to be there.
Yeah, they don't do a good job with setting things up earlier. I will say, that last scene, it was really cool to see the Rhedosaurus interacting with the roller coaster. They didn't do stop motion for the roller coaster. They filmed a small model in real time. And they're somehow moving it and interacting with it in a way in which the stop motion dinosaur is like banging up against the support structure and it's properly moving in real time.
That's what blew my mind, because he's chewing on it, he's tearing it apart. He's surrounded by fire. The roller coaster is on fire. The fire looks like it's moving at real speed in real time, and he's reacting with it, but he is obviously stop motion, but the fire, like consistency and speed, doesn't change.
It's good stuff.
Pretty cool for 53.
Cool stuff.
Really, really cool. Yeah, just everything else with him. Like the bits when you see him moving on the ocean floor, walking around, again, reminded me of Godzilla walking around on the ocean.
Not swimming.
They just
that'd be too hard.
Does anything else walk on the ocean?
Yeah, lobsters.
Yeah, okay. All right. He's got some lobster blood in him.
Jasher, do you want to give me your rating for this movie?
Before that, Mykah, I have some trivia of my own.
Oh, you're coming in with you're putting your trivia on the stack?
I am heading to the stack of trivia. There was a scene in this movie where the Rhedosaurus comes back and they're talking about like how it could be possible that this monster could have come back and survived this long. And they bring up fact. And I was like, whoa, is that a real fact? Did that really happen? And
bears in hibernation?
No, they said mastodons have been found in the Siberian tundra. They were dead for thousands of years, but they're found with fur still intact and meat still edible. So the Rhedosaurus must be still alive. And I was like, mastodons being found thousands of years old, edible meat? And I was looking it up, and I found a real Wikipedia article about the Berezovka mammoth, a real-life mammoth.
Berezovka.
The Berezovka mammoth, a real-life mammoth that was found, the skeleton of this mammoth in the Arctic, and they found intact fur, intact parts of skin, intact flesh and meat that they thought could actually be edible. And they've preserved it, and I think it's in a museum. But I've never really thought of that. Like, we have edible meat of a mammoth that was found like in recent years. That's pretty cool.
What was it called again?
The Berezovka mammoth. Berezovka. I think there's been a few like accounts of mammoths and things that have been found around the place, and meats and furs. And I've never clicked that we've kind of had more than just bones for some of these animals that are long extinct.
Sounds like people haven't actually eaten the meat.
You're Googling if people have eaten the Berezovka meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Man, imagine chowing down on a Berezovka burger.
Cooking up some thousands-year-old Berezovka.
That would be so great. Imagine how cool that would be. It probably wouldn't taste crazily
I ate a
different,
mammoth.
But imagine being able to say that you've eaten mammoth before.
It's pretty cool.
Crazy.
And then I also just had a bit of trivia about like this film's connection to Godzilla, because you said earlier that this film was obviously a direct kind of inspiration for Godzilla. Toho would beg to differ.
Would they?
Yeah. Tomoyuki Tanaka, who produced the Godzilla films, the first Godzilla film, came out and claimed that he was completely unaware of the Beast of 10,000 Fathoms when Godzilla released. But I'm going to give you some evidence for the contrary.
Mm.
The original script for Godzilla was written under the working title The Giant Monster from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's so great.
So it's written 20,000's in the name. But no. They didn't know about the beast's existence. In the original story treatment for Godzilla, there was a pivotal scene in the original script where Godzilla attacks a lighthouse.
Yeah.
That was eventually taken out. But no. They hadn't watched The Beast of 20,000 Fathoms. They just wanted to use the name 20,000. They wanted to have a lighthouse scene.
Because I will play devil's advocate here as well. There's the famous piece of work written by Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yes. Could they have just done that?
Could have been taking inspiration from another American property.
And a lighthouse is kind of a cool thing for a sea-based monster to destroy. It makes sense.
Does Godzilla have a lighthouse scene?
He doesn't in the end, but it was in the original script.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, in my mind, I keep forgetting that at this time, the turnaround for making movies was so quick.
Very quick.
Like without CG, you could feasibly make a movie with some solid effects in less than a year.
Because, most of the post-production stuff that movies are spent on time on nowadays, that's all done while the movie's being filmed. Like special effects are always in frame. So it is just editing the film together and it's good to go.
Yeah. And especially if you're not spending as much time with people making like props and, costuming and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You could, I believe it. I believe it.
So
the fact that two famous movies about dinosaurs being reawoken after atomic testing coming out within a year of each other.
Same year. So Toho's like, yep, we didn't know the beast existed. But then the crew on the beast, Ray Harryhausen, when he saw Godzilla come out, he was just like, this is blatantly ripping off my work. This is a blatant ripoff of the Beast of 20,000 Fathoms. When King Kong versus Godzilla came out, he apparently was just roasting the Godzilla franchise in the press. He said that monsters have become tiresome because of Godzilla and Godzilla-related flicks.
That's rough. I mean, because the other pieces of evidence is that in this movie you have a scene where the scientists go down under the sea, which happens in Godzilla as well. You have scenes where the monster is trying to be fought off with electric fences.
Yes.
Happens in both of them. There are too many similarities.
Toho's like, nope, completely our idea, Godzilla. And Ray Harryhausen, he was like, he's saying Godzilla was the end of good monster movies. Like, it's tiresome now because of what Godzilla's done to my genre. I
mean, to be fair, this movie has a very serious tone. First Godzilla does as well.
I don't think this is as good as
99%
of the Godzilla
It's
movies.
not like comedic.
No.
You see King Kong versus Godzilla. That's the most comedic.
Do you think that's pretty tiresome?
Yeah. I like it, but to the person who essentially started off this monster movie trend, it does. I imagine it would feel like it's just being played for laughs at that point.
For sure. Rhedosaurus does make a few more appearances as well, of note.
Jasher, whoa. Yeah. Does he make appearances in Planet of the Dinosaurs, 1977?
Exactly. And in When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth, another film from around that time.
Nice.
The Rhedosaurus model, and more specifically head, was repurposed to play a dragon in the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad.
Yeah.
And then full circle, maybe Godzilla did or didn't take inspiration from the beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Godzilla Singular Point shows an image of the Rhedosaurus on a monitor. I remember we picked up on that when we saw Singular Point.
It's full circle.
Full circle. Would Harryhausen be pleased if he was sitting down today watching Singular Point? These are tiresome films. He sees Rhedosaurus pop up. Do you think he'll have a smile on his face?
Yeah. It's like, now they're paying homage to their true cinema.
The true master of monsters. He's like an evil. He's like a mad scientist in my mind.
He's got a big M on his forehead.
Yeah.
I watched the little clip from Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Yes.
1977. Apparently the movie is really ho-hum, but that scene, it's like a minute long of I think it's a T-Rex, a dinosaur from that movie facing off against the Rhedosaurus.
Fighting it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And winning.
The Rhedosaurus gets killed.
Yep. Really, really good stop motion.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Fantastic stop motion. They did... That felt like a good homage to this movie.
There we go. People are the master of monsters is getting his merit. It's just desserts in the end.
I've got just a couple of more interesting pieces, Jasher.
Yeah, please.
Do you have any more?
No, that's me. I'm retiring from trivia.
Thank you. I'll step back into the limelight.
Thank you.
Your favorite scene in this movie? The theater scene?
Sure.
There's an elderly couple sitting behind Tom and Lee in this sequence.
Okay.
And you may recognize them because together they have both had more than 1,700 appearances in movies. They are the most prolific extras in cinema, at least at this point.
What?
Franklin Farnham had over 700 appearances in movies and TV. Bess Flowers, known as Queen of the Extras, had over 1,000 appearances in movies and TV.
Oh my goodness.
There is a list, 1,001 movies you must see before you die.
Yes.
She's in 33 of those movies.
Wow.
Which is a lot for extras.
Yeah. I'm going to check them out after this episode and see just my percentage on Letterboxd.
I was going to say, I'd love to just do like a run of watching only the movies that they've been extras in.
For a year, we're only watching the films of these two extras.
King and Queen of the Extras podcast. That's what we're doing next.
Hey. Write that down.
As an extra, I imagine you're just taking whatever work you can get.
Shout out to our extras out there. JB Mason in the Discord. He's just taking whatever work he can get.
No, he was in the Complete Unknown. Complete Unknown, yeah. Good scene. You walked across that intersection. Fantastic.
He stole the spotlight in that scene.
Yeah.
Go JB.
Good stuff. And they also appeared in 136 movies together. So maybe you just watched those 136 movies. I don't know if they'd be good or not.
Yeah. That's so wild. And they're both in this together as an old couple.
The other piece of trivia, super interesting. You mentioned how before the marksman was known for his gunslinging skills.
I love him. He's so good.
Professor Elson.
Mm-hmm.
In
Elwood?
this movie.
Elson? Am I calling him
Elson.
Elwood? I've been calling him Elwood. I'm sorry. Is his name
No, I'm not going to
something
remember
Wood?
Elwood.
Thurgood
Elson.
Thurwood.
I don't know, the professor. He reads an article about how there was a professor on a campus who was fired for claiming that he had seen leprechauns remove a tree.
Yes.
He continues and says, today it's monsters instead of leprechauns. Little did you know that 5 years before, in the movie The Luck of the Irish, he himself played a leprechaun.
Wow. Little subtle roast to himself.
I just love the fact that the casting directors are just like, let's put lines in, let's put roles in, just hearkening back to old roles these guys have played. Because there aren't that many movies about leprechauns. It's absolutely just a reference rather than a coincidence.
Are leprechauns monsters?
Man, add it to the list. Get ready for a leprechaun theme.
St. Paddy's month theme on Podzilla.
We're talking about how we were struggling to find dinosaur movies. How many leprechaun movies are there?
Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun 4 in Space, Luck of the Irish, Shrek 4 Forever After.
Like Luck of the Irish is the most movie name that you can get.
That's good. That's gonna.
Are there any other leprechaun names you can have for movies?
Pot of Gold, 2 Over the Rainbow,
St. Paddy's Day. Paddy Down Under.
Paddy Down Under.
Paddy Goes Down Under.
I do not want to see Paddy go down under.
Paddington 5. Luck of the Irish.
All right. Let's take 20,000 Leagues home. The Beast from 20,000 Leagues.
Oh.
All right.
Sorry. One more piece of trivia. Do you know how much 20,000 fathoms is?
40,000 leagues.
Yeah, great. Bang on. A fathom is 6 feet. So essentially, 20,000 fathoms is 120,000 feet. Deepest part of the ocean is in the Mariana Trench, essentially around 36,000 feet. So
this is deeper than we've ever delved before.
Look, there is not a spot on Earth that is even 10,000 fathoms.
Wow. So this beast is
down to the core.
Walking on that core. There's octopi and sharks going at it down 20,000 fathoms. Yeah, let's take it home. I've got a few popcorn notes as our friends over at the Austin Danger podcast say. I really liked the Whirlpool title sequence.
Yep, great starting.
20,000 fathoms. I really love just watching films with sound stages again. Like the Arctic scene at the start, you could tell where the stage walls were.
Yeah, especially as they're driving in their little Jeep.
It reminds me so much of Star Trek, and I just love it so much. Never not be good. Yeah. That was one of my final thoughts. I just think it's so narratively and atmospherically and visually inferior to Godzilla in every way. No memorable characters here. Sure, there were really cool scenes, and I think where Beast from 20,000 Fathoms shines is Ray Harryhausen's work. The Rhedosaurus is iconic. The Rhedosaurus scenes, the lighthouse, the attack on Coney Island, really cool and really memorable, and really great stuff for the time that still holds up. Everything else I could give or take. If I was calling in bazooka men to take down the Rhedosaurus, 2 would do the job. 2 bazooka men out of 5 would do the job against this beast. I wasn't blown away. I remember watching this as a kid after seeing Godzilla films and just being like, this is boring. And I watched it the other night after watching all these Godzilla films, and I was just like, this is boring.
That's fair.
Even more boring than I remembered. It really rips in the last 15 minutes. And it's a short film.
It is. I am going to do you one better. I don't even think they need 2 to get the job done. I think get 1 and maybe one that does 2 shots and then backs out. 1.5 bazooka men would do the trick.
I think you were more pro 20,000 Beast of 20,000 Fathoms than I was.
I appreciate it. I don't think I could handle this movie if it were more than 1 hour, 20 minutes.
So all this simping for Lee, this was fake.
Me being able to get behind one of the 3 characters, that's bang on 1.5. No, you're 100% right. I think that the stop motion or the destruction, Ray Harryhausen's work absolutely shines in this movie.
For sure.
Everything else really just falls to the wayside. And I think that it makes so much sense to me that Godzilla coming out a year after this is seen as Japan perfecting this idea.
The superior monster movie of the 50s. It's Godzilla. Right?
Yeah, purely because, and this is just guesswork, but seeing where the rest of the movie lacks and then actually adding in a lot of more memorable characters, more memorable scenes, crazy, outlandish scientist plots that fit right in with the idea of having a nuclear being brought to the surface rather than just shooting a radioactive isotope.
Adding in emotion, adding in destruction that you can really feel, that people are lost in the wake of.
The other thing about this movie as well is right after the beast dies, it just shows the end title card.
Yeah.
You don't see the characters' reactions to it.
It knows we didn't come to see the characters. I was happy to see the movie end when Rhedosaurus dies because that's all I care about in this world.
Whereas with Godzilla, you get to see a lot of these characters' reactions afterwards. One of the biggest scenes of that movie is Professor Jimenez's talk afterwards about how the death of Godzilla is such a loss to the scientific community. And you feel his sorrow, you feel that emotion. Whereas this movie, you're not really feeling anything for these characters.
The crazy...
When the professor dies, you feel nothing.
And the selfless choice in Godzilla when Serizawa chooses to die and take his work and the Oxygen Destroyer with him when he kills Godzilla. Sacrificing himself for the greater good of humanity. In this, a marksman just did a cool shot. Awesome.
They do the slowest walk down the side of a roller coaster you've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, but I'm really glad we watched this.
Again,
absolutely. I chose this for my pick because of Ray Harryhausen, because the Rhedosaurus is so iconic, and it's still iconic in my mind. I love that design.
Nice. I'm stoked we got through to this. I'm really keen to see more of Ray Harryhausen stuff now.
Me too. I'm sure it's not the last we'll see of him. Let's go into our brand new revamped mailbag section.
Hey.
So you can reach out to us, podzillapod@gmail.com. Or just send us a message in Discord if you'd like as well. Discord links in the show notes with any questions for us, your thoughts on Podzilla, on the themes, on the movies we're covering, and we'll pick a few each episode to read out. We got 2 items in our mailbag, Mykah, for this episode.
Jasher, can I reach in?
Yeah, reach in. Reach in.
Which of these 2 letters do I want to read out?
Take your pick.
All right. Jasher, this is addressed from Ben J.
Ben J.
I have only just discovered the podcast and I'm not even up to date on the episodes, but my favorite Godzilla movie is probably Godzilla against megaGodzilla. And my favorite episode is the Millennium Era retrospective. Keep up the great work. Have a favorite episode being one of the retrospectives blows my mind.
That is so interesting. I can hardly remember those retrospective episodes, but I remember we had a really good time going through and ranking the films.
Those were long, right? Those were like 2 hours.
Yeah, the longer episodes, kind of similar to the length we're doing now.
Man, that was good times. Against megaGodzilla, I will say, is one of the movies that I feel like I want to revisit the most. Mm-hmm. Those 2 Millennium Godzilla movies
and Tokyo SOS.
I feel like they've just morphed into one in my mind because we watched both of them with The Final Draft. Check out their podcast.
Adam and Alex.
Also, shout out to Adam, who's doing Adam Basson doing a new show. That Helix show.
He started a new podcast, That Helix Show, when he talks about roller coasters in the UK.
And theme parks.
Go check them out. The Helix Show is really, really fun.
I want to come back to that movie.
Yeah, but you're right. We watched both of those back to back. We recorded those episodes back to back. Against megaGodzilla was a movie we grew up with. And I do have a really soft spot for it. Crazy, you just discovered us as well, Ben, and you're already loving the show. Thank you so much for listening and writing in.
Jasher, there's 1 letter here left for you.
Oh, here we go. G. Kiro writes in. G. Kiro says, super glad that Podzilla is back. The world has sorely missed the antics of Jasher and Mykah. There's been a severe lack of rat songs or plays featuring carrots. Don't know what that's talking about. I'm really interested to see where the show goes from here. There's tons of possibilities, and I'm still looking for some spoilers. Jurassic Park is a great start, and I still remember seeing it in theaters when I was a kid. The goat leg jump scare got me. The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms is a classic, and I love that we're finally seeing some Ray Harryhausen on the show. I'm hoping to see more. I'd personally love to see some Sinbad. My question of the week is a 2-parter.
Hey.
What was the movie or show that got you guys interested in sci-fi, kaiju, and monsters initially? And how old were you?
Is Godzilla a cheat answer?
I think for me, it was Star Trek, the original series. And it was just watching those episodes. The local DVD rental place here had like the box sets of 1, 2, and 3. Was this really like hard shell DVD cases. First season of the original series was yellow, second was blue, third was red. I would get those out every few months and just binge through the whole of Star Trek, the original series. Again, I mentioned in this episode, but heaps of cool sound stages, sci-fi ideas, heaps of monsters. I feel like for you, it might be like Doctor Who?
I was thinking Doctor Who. I haven't talked about it too much, but one of the canon events of my life.
Canon events.
That really bolstered my love for movies and acting and just the art of filmmaking in general was, I think, soon after the Desolation of Smaug came out.
Yeah.
We got one of the collector's editions, our family, and I remember watching through An Unexpected Journey and the Desolation of Smaug and all of the behind-the-scenes content on those DVDs. And then retroactively going back to the OG Lord of the Rings trilogy and watching all the behind-the-scenes for those movies as well. And that time was so fantastic because it just showed me so much about the behind-the-scenes process of filmmaking and casting and all these actors and all these, people working for Weta Workshop and all of the love and effort that they put into their films. But I remember watching specifically the scenes on the creation of the Balrog and even more so the creation of Smaug. And specifically Smaug, that's where I got a lot of my love of monsters from. I'm a huge dragon fan. Mm-hmm. How to Train Your Dragon might be another one that got me into the art of loving.
These pulls are crazy. The Hobbit and How to Train Your Dragon that got you into monsters.
Well, probably less of monsters and more like the creation behind them.
Special effects and how they come to life on the screen.
The different iterations that designs go through, because they had so many ideas for how to bring Smaug to life, and like even the decisions between making him a wyvern with 2 back legs and then 2 front legs that are also wings, or a classic dragon with 4 legs and 2 wings. And I think at that time, there was a brief stint of me wanting to become like a 3D CG artist.
Really?
Like making dragons.
Oh, cool.
But that just got me really loving like all the behind the scenes of, the different stages that the creatures go through, like all the different, how the different noises that these creatures make are created, all aspects of that. It was great. And then I think Godzilla as well. Mm-hmm. Those 2 things combining is like, this is how we do it nowadays. How did they used to do all of this?
Yeah. That's cool. How old do you have been? Like the Hobbits, when they come out, like 2012, 2013, 14? I was probably getting into Star Trek around the same age. 10, 11, 12.
That was 2013, so I would have been like 12.
Yeah. Hey.
12, 13.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. But then in the same breath, like, I also grew up watching Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as you, but like we both watched so much media with...
Monster Hunter the game?
Monster Hunter the game, absolutely. What was that show? Cryptid...
The Secret
Monster
Saturdays.
Quest? No.
Monster Quest.
Monster Quest, was that it?
Monster Quest!
We've talked about Monster Quest.
Yeah, that got us both into like monsters, cryptids.
Less about like monsters in film and the creation of them, but that is a movie about, I think there were 2 seasons.
3.
3 seasons about this team of filmmakers, maybe scientists. Absolutely
loosely scientists.
Trying to hunt down and like track down the legends and myths of different creatures. So there's like full episodes on Bigfoot, on like the chupacabra, giant squid, which is one where there was a lot of work involved, and they were actually able to find something.
They found a giant squid or something bigger than what we already had. Yeah, that was cool. Man, we've had a lot of monsters in our lives. So it feels right to be at this stage on the show.
Good. Yeah.
Thanks for writing in, guys. Yeah, reach out to us if you'd like to have your your letter put into our mailbag.
That's right.
Yeah. But without further ado, Mykah, we have 2 episodes left of Big Lizards. I have what our gracious patrons over at Odo Island submitted to be voted on by the rest of our Patreon community. But first off, would you let us know what you have picked for us to cover next episode? Big Lizards.
Absolutely, Jasher. I've got the synopsis right here for our Big Lizard theme.
You don't have the title?
The title will come soon after.
Okay. All right. I've got it. Yeah, anticipation.
Okay. His past was kept from him. His search for answers has just begun.
Okay.
Peter Parker is an outcast high schooler abandoned by his parents as a boy, leaving him to be raised by his Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Guys, we're covering The Amazing Spider-Man 2012.
Because Kurt Connors is a... Curtis Connor? Curtis Connors?
Dr. Kurt Connors.
Dr. Kurt
turns into the lizard.
Big lizard.
Probably the biggest lizard on the screen. Guys, it's season 5 of Podzilla, baby. What are you expecting?
We're covering The Amazing Spider-Man.
Look, if you for a second try and tell me that the lizard is 1, not a lizard, not a big lizard, and 2, not a monster.
He's a big lizard.
This is prime material for the podcast, Jasher. This is where we're pivoting to.
I've not seen Amazing Spider-Man since No Way Home came out,
which we have talked about, with the final draft.
Yeah, we
as well.
did it on final draft. But his whole thing, the lizard's whole plan in Amazing Spider-Man is he wants to release a toxin that turns everyone in the city into giant lizards, right?
It turns them into superior beings,
giant big lizards.
Yeah. So it might not be the biggest lizard that we've seen, but it might also be the most big lizards that we've seen. Who knows?
So in the same theme, Jurassic Park, Beast of 20,000 Fathoms, Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, guys.
Rewatch Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, guys.
I will be the first to stand up on the table
with
my hands raised and shout Andrew Garfield's praises to the world. Absolutely the best of the 3 Spider-Men live action.
That is very, very, very hot.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's a hot take.
Better than any of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Guys.
I'm a Toby.
You're
Maguire, Sam Raimi, ride or die, but I'll see what this is like on a rewatch. I remember the director of this. Who directs it?
Mark Webb.
Mark Webb.
Not a director I can get behind super well.
Terrible director.
Directed Snow White.
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else has he done? Like, is it Perks of Being a Wallflower? No.
500 Days of Summer.
500 Days of Summer. Okay.
He's only done like 8 movies, with 2 of them being the Spider-Man movies.
I remember it just being very, like, of the time. Like, he's skateboarding around. We're listening to, like, typical moody music that we grew up on in montage sequences. I'm excited to rewatch The Amazing Spider-Man next episode on Podzilla. Themes are going to be getting wild. And then after that, should I read out the 8 films that we might be covering in the episode after The Amazing Spider-Man? So off the back of this episode, if you are an Infant Island or an Odo Island patron on patreon.com/Podzilla, a poll will be going up. You can vote on one of these, and it'll be our 4th and final movie in the Big Lizards theme.
Do they have a number of votes or just any?
1 vote each. The movie with the most votes, we're gonna pick it. The Pixar Gapper, the Triphibian monster.
The Pixar?
Oh, the Pixar, the nominees.
I'm like, I've never heard of a Pixar movie called that.
The Pixar Gapper film.
The Gapper.
No. The potential picks, the nominees are Gapper, the Triphibian monster, classic kaiju film. Gorgo.
Oh, yes.
Another iconic classic big lizard kaiju film. Tammy and the T-Rex.
Hey.
An 80s horror comedy of a young girl who becomes besties with a T-Rex.
Who gets her dead boyfriend's brain implanted into an animatronic dinosaur. Yes. Look, if that's chosen, it'll be the furthest thing from the tone of the show that we've ever done.
Further than The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yes.
We're Back, a dinosaur's story.
Hey.
Which is an animated dinosaurs film.
Oh.
I have never ever seen. Planet of the Dinosaurs is the next nominee, which you mentioned.
Yeah.
We'll see Rhedosaurus make an appearance if that gets picked.
I'm still stuck on We're Back, a dinosaur story.
The Giant Behemoth, another classic creature feature with a dinosaur. It might be is it like a Brachiosaurus?
1959. It looks
a long-necked dino.
More like a Titanosaurus.
I think it's directed by the same director that did The Beast of 20,000 Fathoms. Potentially.
Directed by Eugene Laurie.
Yeah, there we go. And then the final potential pick, Mykah, you'll like this one. It's in your vein. Rango.
Oh.
And you see...
Look, I will say...
Nerkles submitted this, and his kind of, in parentheses next to it, lizard, check.
Yep.
Rango's a lizard.
Yep.
And big in terms of stage presence.
Now that is some reasoning I can get behind. Look, if you count snakes as lizards, there was a big snake in that movie.
I've never seen Rango.
Wait, really?
No. I've seen all the behind the scenes stuff of Johnny Depp because I think they filmed it, like he acted it out and then they put it into animation.
Guys, this is my plea to choose Rango so Jette can watch it.
My plea is don't choose Rango.
Are we allowed to sway these votes?
Stick with classic kaiju. That's what I want. Mykah wants the weird ones. But yeah, so next episode, The Amazing Spider-Man, and then if you're a patron, vote now for either Gapper, Gorgo, Tammy and the T-Rex, We're Back, a Dinosaur's Story, Planet of the Dinosaurs, The Giant Behemoth, or Rango.
Rango. Jasher, Rango v. Gorgo.
You think Rango would beat Gorgo?
I will say, I've been seeing some Rango love popping up on my Blue Sky feed recently.
You've got a Blue Sky?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's better than X, better than Threads.
Wow.
A lot of people say that the antagonist of the movie might be one of the coolest characters put to film. People also say that about Tammy from Tammy and the T-Rex.
People also say that the Rhedosaurus and T-Rex fight from Planet of the Dinosaurs ends in an unexpected way.
Yeah, I feel like look, patrons, your votes are going to set the precedent for the show.
It's in your power, patrons, whether or not we stick to our kaiju-related monster movie path or go into zany 80s comedy, animated films, or whatever Rango is, an amalgamation of the two. Anyway, also, before we wrap up, if you are a patron, you'll be getting an extended episode of this very episode where we're going to do a tier list of different dinosaur species.
We're ranking dinosaurs, baby.
We're ranking dinosaurs, the official Podzilla tier list of dinosaur species. So sign up to the Patreon, get heaps of cool perks. But yeah, thanks once again, guys, just for listening along to the show, watching along with us. If you watched Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, have fun with Amazing Spider-Man. Follow Mykah on Blue Sky. Follow me, not on Mastodon, but eating.
Follow you on Mastodon.
Mastodon is another Blue Sky contender.
Is it actually?
Yeah, but I'm not on there. I'm going to be eating
mammoth
1,000-year-old Mastodon meat.
Are we eating 1,000-year-old mammoth meat?
Wow.
Or trying to. That's on my bucket list.
Podzilla YouTube channel, Mastodon Mammoth Mukbang. Surely.
See you, everybody. Have a good one.
When are we doing that?
I don't know, but it's a genius idea.